What's up, fuckers? Bright and early, Monday morning, ready to get this week started. And it is a big week. We have this weekend UFC 311. We're just coming off of the Vegas 101 Mackenzie Dern, Amanda Ribas card, which was pretty freaking awesome for the first fight card of the year. A lot of knockouts, a lot of good fights, man. It was a good Saturday, to say the least. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into a little 311 on Friday. I'll throw out some picks for you for the card. Other than that, we'll get right into it, brother. Watched a show this weekend on Netflix called American Prime Vol. I don't know how if I'm even saying that right, but it's pretty cool. These crazy ass Mormons, freaking crazy ass Indians, natives, sorry, crazy ass white motherfuckers, all fighting for the West and colonizing the West, essentially developing the West. Freaking little mini series on Netflix. Taylor Kitsch is in it. It's good stuff. Check it out, dude. Anyway, let's get right into this Mackenzie Dern, Amanda Ribas shenanigans. So this weekend in the... Damn, I got freaking fuzz in my beard, eh? Nice. So this weekend in the UFC Apex card, we had a rematch go down between Dern, Ribas. Mackenzie coming out and getting the win that she so desperately needed. Not desperately. She didn't need... A loss would have been bad, to say the least. A loss would have been bad. But here we are. Dern with the win. Third round armbar. And she really kept composed during that finish. She was going for a different finish and let it go. Third round armbar. Was it an armbar? Triangle choke? I'm not even sure. She won by submission. So, co-main event, we had Ponzinibbio and Harris. Great back and forth fight. Harris's face was absolutely destroyed. Touched up at the end of it. Ponzinibbio coming out strong. Before that, we had Almeida and Al Hassan. Almeida was very hurt and just threw the perfect, I don't know, right or left hook, either one. Caught the guy, came back after being hurt. Beautiful finish. Probably knockout of the night, I think. Well, no, probably Jacoby Kobe was, I would say, my knockout of the night. But that was also a good one. Then we had Kopylov and Curtis. A lot of controversy there. Curtis getting stopped with 1 second left on the clock. And a lot of people saying, oh, you should just let him go. You should just let him go. I don't think the referee should be concerned about the time whatsoever unless it's involved in stopping the fight in between rounds. When that bell goes off, that's the only time the clock matters for the ref. He's there to protect the fighters, no matter if there's 1 second left or 1 minute left, okay? Pride's a hell of a thing. Everybody wants to go out on their shield, blah, blah, blah. But when you're freaking 60 and your grandkids don't even like talking to you because you're all shaking and freaking talking about stuff that's crazy because you got CTE issues, you're probably going to wish that Mark Smith had stopped the fight even though there was 1 second left. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a harsh reality, but that's what it is. That's the sport that we're in. And one extra hit with that 1 second can be the difference between what I'm saying, if you understand what I'm saying. All right? Before that, we had Rodriguez Bashi. Rodriguez is now 4 undefeated fighters. He's just broken their streak. Gave them all that freaking first one, you know? So that was cool. What else we had? Man, there was a lot of great fights. We had the Tulio y Potiera. He had that a spinning back, right? I can't remember. Something like that. Freaking beautiful. Or a knock. I can't remember. This is freaking great, dude. Then you had Jacoby Smith, Moises Ogden. Freaking just beautiful performances by a lot of these folks on the card. And yeah, was freaking smoking quite a bit during these fights, so maybe that's why my memory is not the best on what was the finishes and what wasn't. But either way, I sat there from the top, watched them all. But what we're all here for is UFC 311 this weekend in California. I guess it's still happening. I'm not sure. We got the LA fires. Freaking, what a tragedy for all the people involved in that. I can't even imagine. I don't want to imagine, to say the least. But prayers to you guys. Everybody says that, don't they? They always say, "Oh, we're prayers going out to you." I wonder if this. I know when I just said it, I haven't prayed for anybody there, but I will because I said it. But that's just a funny thing that people toss out there, and they really just, okay, my prayers are out to you, and they just go on with their life. Anyway, bit sidetracked. We have, facing off in the main event, we have Khabib. Retire. I freaking quit. Channel's done. We're done here. Alright. Maybe it's because I'm trying not to say fuck, and it's ruining everything. It's not that funny, alright? We have Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan. Probably, oh my gosh, dude. The last names in these fucking, there we go. The last names in these two title fights this weekend is Makhachev, Tsarukyan, Dvalishvili, and Nurmagomedov. Alright, it's two title fights for most difficult freaking names to say, okay? So, that's where we're at. I think it's like this. This is a rematch for Tsarukyan and Makhachev. They are very close as far as skill level, as far as striking, grappling, wrestling, everything. If you throw it all into one and you give them each an overall stat, Islam's going to be slightly higher than Tsarukyan, but it's still very close. If you look at Islam's previous fights as far as Dustin's stacked on one end as far as the striking, but he's not the best grappler in the world or best wrestler per se. Arman is definitely a better wrestler and grappler than Poirier, 100%. Now, before that, you had Volk. He's pretty well-rounded, but a weight class down. And then Charles. So, Charles is pretty well-rounded. The only thing that he lacks in is the wrestling. He's not the best wrestler, but the jiu-jitsu and the striking is as good or if better than Tsarukyan. So, it's going to be a freaking very close fight. Same thing with the co-main. I just want to bet on if Tsarukyan and Merab kill a fan. Probably going to happen. These two guys both can't take anything from nobody. They're in a sport where clearly they're going to be criticized by people who don't do the sport, and their freaking tiny little man baby egos can't take it. And last time Arman was walking out for a fight against Charles, he actually punched a fan and just barely got off suspension. I've seen Merab at CJI crawling up the freaking rafters and getting in the stands just to freaking talk to somebody who was talking smack, some little fat kid. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Maybe Merab and Tsarukyan just go ham and beat the shit out of all the fans at the press conference. So, I mean, there's going to be another one. They had one, and Merab could not calm down. He was freaking out, screaming at Umnar. And, yeah, the thing is, English is not any of these guys' first language. I would say probably out of all of them, Arman speaks the best English. Islam's not bad, but the accents, it's just the accents. It makes it so funny when there's all four of them up there talking like this. And it's a great time, dude. Especially Merab. He's always freaking crying about something. But I am very interested in this Merab fight. It's crazy to think that I could say that one day, that I would be interested in a Merab-Dvalishvili fight, but I am. I was a little bit in the Sean fight, but not as much as this one. This is intriguing. A bunch of banger fights on this card too, by the way. You got Jerry versus Jamal. I mean, Alex's son's just out here fighting for daddy. We got Moicano versus Benil Dariush. We get to hear Money Moicano get on the mic and go ham just before Jamal, just to hype it up for Jamal and Jiri. You know what I'm saying. Before that, opening up the main card, we got Kevin Holland, who busted his rib last time out. Kind of a flat performance. You know, injury got in the way. Not the best scenario, but fighting RDR, whose last fight was against, what's his fool's name with the mustache? GM3, Gerald Mearshart. Jeez, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. RDR and GM3, they both got the freaking acronyms. I don't even know if that's how you say that. Also on the card, you got Johnny Walker, you got Peyton Talbot, you got Almeida Spivak, you got Zachary Reese, you got Dawson, Fajeda. Who else we got? These are very small pictures, so I can't see. Yeah, but I mean, bro, if you rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 9, or we could say an A minus. This is a great fight card. UFC 311, freaking popping. Just one more thing I want to cover. On Friday, I'll get you some picks for the card and all that good stuff. But today, what we're here to talk about is Khabib Nurmagomedov getting ripped off of a Frontier Airlines flight. Now, this to me is the oddest part of the story. Is I fly, not frequently, but enough that probably fly 2 to 3 times in 1 year. In the last couple of years, that's how it's been, okay? I fly Frontier because I'm a broke idiot, okay? Khabib is not. Why, in the first place, is Khabib riding Frontier and sitting economy? Now, I'm a big guy on, I hate the competition culture, like people just flexing out here for no reason, like, oh, I'm on a private jet, blah, blah, blah. I understand that. I don't think you need to be on a private jet, Khabib. I don't even know if you need to pay for first class if you don't want to. If you're with your boys and everybody's going to sit together, not everybody has as much money as you, understood. But Frontier, brother, such a cheap, crappy airline. There's so much better airlines, and it was a national flight, like a U.S. to U.S. flight. I'm almost 100% sure. The lady was speaking English. She asked him, hey, you're in the exit row. Are you going to help these sorry fat white people out if the plane starts to go down? Khabib probably went, yeah, sure, no problem. These people, if you don't like look them in their eyes and say, yes, I will help, and take your headphones off, all that, Khabib had his hood up. Apparently that seems to have been the issue, but the real issue is not that. The real issue should have been, why is Khabib flying Frontier? Frontier sucks balls. Khabib's definitely, I know he's got this money problems with his taxes and all this, but he's got to have enough for like a Delta or a American Airlines ticket, dude. I mean, at minimum. I don't understand what we're talking about here. So, that's what it was. Not a whole lot more going on in the sport of mixed martial arts. We got I saw over this past weekend, plastered all over the screen. I don't even know how to say basic words anymore. The Israel Adesanya, Imavov, and then Sharabola MVP. That's a fight night. That's a Saudi Arabia fight night, February 1st or something, I believe. Bro, that is an incredible fight night. There will be nobody in the stands because there's no fan base over there in Saudi, but they're paying for it. So, who cares? Ticket sales don't matter. For me, sitting at my house, absolute banger Saturday. And it's going to be midday fights because it's Saudi. I love me some midday fights. Not every time. But every week, I wouldn't like that. But once in a while, it's kind of nice to switch it up a little. You know what I'm saying? So, looking forward to that. Friday, we'll get some picks for you. I'll pick everything on the main card. And probably a couple of these prelims fights. I'll probably have like 7 picks or so for you. And these will be the first 7 picks of 2025. See if we can go start out the year 7-0. That'd be sweet. All right, we're going to tally up this entire year on my picks. I'm going to keep a spreadsheet on how many fights I pick a week, how many fights I get right, how many I get wrong. And at the end of the year, we're going to have a killer year. We're going to be batting 800, 900, dude. Unheard of things, okay? Not going to do any gambling. Just picks. That's for you degenerates to do with your money, not mine. I'm too broke for that. But if you do win, you could grease up your boy, and I wouldn't be upset about that. Anyway, I'm out of here. You guys suck. Guero out.